Hi everyone, today I thought we'd keep on talking about colour and we'd look at tone and how you can make different kinds of tones, especially using white paint. So when you add white to a colour it becomes a tint. So I'm going to show you how you can mix lots of different tints and match colours to nature so that you can go outside and find some leaves or flowers and see if you can match the colour and paint them. Oh, gotta let Bridget out. I'll be back. Okay, so when you add white to a colour, it's called a tint. When you add black to a colour, it's called a shade. So you can get quite a lot of different colours by adding white. So these colours were made by mixing the opposite colours, orange and blue, and then adding white. And look at the huge amount of colours I got. This one is made by mixing purple and yellow and then adding white. And you can see, you could even make more if you wanted to. And then this one, under here, is red and green. And I think I showed you this one before. This is red and green, and then when you mix them together and add white, look at the huge amount of colours you can make. So if you make charts like this, then when you're painting, like trying to match colours from nature, it's much easier because then you can go, I wonder, actually, I think I might have picked up the right one. Look at that. It is a sort of, this kind of green and red. So to make that green, we add a bit of red and then add a bit of white. We could have a look at how it matches up against the other charts too. Sort of almost goes there with purple and yellow, but definitely not over here in the blue and orange one. But this wacky flower here, this one, we might find the colours more over here, so looks like it's right in the middle. The blue and orange with a little bit of white. So isn't that a cool way of making colours? Let's have a look at doing that ourselves. So I never usually add black, but that's another thing to make a shade. So let's have a look at how we can make tints by adding white. So I have my primary colours here. I've got yellow, red, blue, and then I've got some black and white. These are acrylic paints, so often I use watercolours, but today we're going to use acrylics for something different. Okay, so how you could do this is you could draw this leaf, or you could trace it. I might do a bit of a trace because it makes it pretty quick. I just do it really lightly. You don't have to trace it, you can draw it as well. Then I'm going to move this guy out of the way a bit. Okay, so we know to make green, we mix, oopsie, a bit of yellow, clean my brush, and a bit of blue. Now that's green, and that leaf is green, but it's not the right tone. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow. Still not the right colour though, is it? Look at that. So to change the tone of that colour, let's try adding some white. By adding white, we change it. Now it's called a tint. It's still very kind of, not quite the right green, is it? But if we look over here at our opposites, if we mix a little bit of, hang on, looks like it's about there. So we want to add a little bit of red and a bit of white. Let's try that. Okay. So we know red and white, what do they make? Yeah, pink, don't they? Let's have a look over here. So this is red, add a bit of white, add a bit more white, and we get a nice pink. Let's add this to this green over here and see what happens. Isn't that amazing? It's sort of purpley, still not quite right. Add a little bit more green. Getting there. It's all about testing and trying out different combinations. How's that? That looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to paint my leaf. Looks like actually that vein down the middle is a different colour. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Hi, Jess. Hang on. She lives in the next suburb. I'm going to go outside. I better get my hat on, put my glasses on. Okay. Let's go investigate. I can hear it again. What is it?
Eddie, Eddie, Eddie-o.
Eddie, Eddie, Eddie-o.
Ayo,
Go.
ayo,
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 ayo.
ayo.
So Jess, now I've got your attention. What is tone in music? Does it exist like it does in art?
Tone colour is the quality, texture and timbre of a note or a sound. So for example, I'm sure you've all heard something and you've gone, oh, that doesn't sound very nice. Somebody playing an instrument or maybe somebody singing. It's probably because the tone's not very good. So a really nice tone is often produced by professionals. However, we do have lots and lots of little people at our school who have amazing singing voices with great tone.
Isn't that cool what Jess said about tone in music? Tone and timbre. So why don't you go play some music or do some painting today, match some colours and have a beautiful day.